You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it!
Yes, good morning. Welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Newcastle awaits St. James's Park, awaits Nuki Brown here, awaits. And of course, to preview this game, there's only one man really. Tried Alan Shearer, but he was busy. So I've only got Matty Bloody Renton from the Magpie channel, as you can see in the background. My brother, how are you?
All good, mate. What's going on? It's good to be here, mate. You should have let us know, mate. I could have dropped Alan a quick line. He might have jumped on for a little bit, you know, me and him.
Oh,
Like that now, really. So
exactly.
could have got him in.
When you did that interview, bro, I was so happy for you because as a fellow content creator, it's the same as when I see like Cecil interviewing Wenger. For me, that's a massive win, and I know how much it meant to you, bro. So big up for that. That's incredible content. Love to see it. As you guys know, if you've been living under a rock for a few years, me and Matty, how many videos do you reckon we've done together over the years?
Countless Saturdays as well, mate. Countless Saturdays.
And then this is probably your 7th or 8th time on the Kop TV as well. So, yeah.
Going back.
No, we love it. Make sure, guys, that you smash this like button on the video. Smash the comments as well. Get your team predictions, your lineup predictions in. And, of course, go and subscribe to the Kop TV. Go and subscribe to the Magpie channel. We'll be doing a fantastic preview on there as well. Mate, always a tough place to go to, as we know, right? I wanted to throw in a couple of stats for you. Some of them are great for you. Some of them aren't so great. Callum Wilson has scored 6 goals in his last 7 at St. James's Park for Newcastle, averaging a goal every 56 minutes. And again, he doesn't even start every game, and that makes it even more impressive. He has more sub goals than any Premier League player in 2023, with Niasse and Oliver Giroud, the last players to score more in a single year back in 2017. But in his top-flight league managerial career, Liverpool Jurgen Klopp has beaten Eddie Howe more times than he's beaten any other manager, Matty, winning each of his last 10 games against Eddie Howe. No manager has ever registered 11 Premier League wins against another. Also, Ferguson had this against Gordon Strachan, and Pep Guardiola also had it against Eddie Howe. Oh, dear son.
Eddie Howe needs to up his game against the elite, I would say. That was the thing going into the Etihad where you were looking at it, you know, some people were even saying we could get a result there, even a draw, but he's yet to really prove his worth against the best in that sense. Like, yes, we beat Man United and stuff last year in the league, but obviously Klopp and Guardiola are next level, and this is a chance from this Sunday, and I think it's an interesting one because there's a bit of a feud going on between Klopp and Tyndall and Howe. You know, it's all created by Klopp, by the way. Eddie Howe was asked about it, and he was just like, doesn't bother me, but Klopp seems to absolutely hate the pair of them, so it makes it interesting for the Sunday.
I wouldn't say he hates the pair of them, bro. I would say that he was being a bit funny, having a bit of a joke when the whole assistant manager can't come to the touchline thing came out. Listen, it's what every other manager would have said. They would have said, oh, what about Tyndall? Because it's become such a funny joke now. We've even got Mad Dog in the DR Sports studio. He was just having a bit of a laugh. But this is a stat that you definitely won't want to know, my friend. Liverpool are on the longest current unbeaten run. Sorry, Liverpool they are on the longest current unbeaten run in the Prem. 13 matches since losing 4-1 at City in April. Wow. But also, Liverpool have won 4 of their last 5 away at St. James's, including the last 2. But they have never made it 3 in a row in Premier League history. So some good stats, some bad on each side there. But how do you see this game going? 4:30 on a Sunday. It's almost prime time PL in terms of the last game on a Super Sunday. You know the lads up there, the Geordies, are going to have a few beers in them to get extra rowdy, to get it noisy. War flags will be waving. I can't wait for this. It's just one of those classic Premier League games, isn't it?
It is, mate. I mean, one of the first fixtures I look for when they come out is Liverpool. I think it's that classic fixture. It's that entertaining game. Obviously, we haven't got a derby to look forward to because the Mackems are lingering in the Championship. You know, they can't quite get up the ass. So it's the next best thing, you know, Liverpool, and then you look towards maybe Man United, things like that. For me, the Liverpool game is always one to get exciting. That's why it is always picked for TV. This game is never in a million years going to be a Saturday 3 o'clock or sure not on live English TV. Like, it's always there throughout the 90s to now. Even last year had its drama with Nick Pope, and it had goals. And I expect the same this Sunday. Hopefully not the Nick Pope incident, but goals. but this time in our favour. It's a big one for us because we got off to a flyer against Aston Villa, dominated them. Maybe everyone got a bit too excited, thinking I went to the Etihad last Saturday and for the first time ever came away a bit disappointed. That we didn't lay a glove on them enough. I thought we didn't test them enough. I thought it was the best time to play Man City with players missing and just playing in Greece the other night before that in the Super Cup. Yeah. So this Sunday we've got to get back to winning ways for me. We've got to show what we're capable of, and we're still hearing pundits, putting us in a title race this season, which is a bit mad, exciting. But I suppose we did come fourth last year. We have strengthened. Other teams like Man United are struggling, so maybe. But it's a big test this weekend to see can we compete. Obviously, we finished above you last year, but this year is always going to come back, and this one's going to be a big one because we beat Villa. That was the team that's meant to be pushing top four, isn't it? That's going to be breaking the mold. Now can we compete with Liverpool and Klopp and the big boys?
Yeah, I guess naturally that's probably the only unticked boxes Newcastle haven't ticked in terms of beating these kind of teams in the last 3 or 4 years. But again, how many times I've congratulated Newcastle, even yourself, about getting in the Champions League. I was happy for you. I was happy for the club because those fans deserve it. How many times have we said Newcastle, Liverpool, maybe the best two fans in the country in terms of going away, taking mad numbers to mad places, and now you're in the Champions League. I wouldn't say I'm jealous because I've made peace with being in the Europa League. I'm quite looking forward to going to a couple of the away days. And it's nice not to play Real Madrid every year and lose to them every year. But this could be the problem for you this year. You're looking forward to the group stages, the announcements, the travel plans. I bet you can't wait for it all.
Mate, I'm buzzing. Even taking away the content creation out of it, which I'm so excited for, making the vlogs and everything. But as a fan, just to be playing against the best, being in these cities, on the piss in Madrid, Munich, all these places, mate, it's going to be unreal. I mean, I've never done it. Last time we were in the Champions League was 2003. I was 10. So I wasn't quite old enough to be over there on the Steins and that. But this year, most definitely will be. The Champions League draw next Thursday. Can't wait for it. I hope we do get a Real Madrid. I want to test us against them. Bring on the group of death.
I don't want to come to St. James's, mate. Trust me, I've seen us get battered at home to Madrid last year. I've seen us losing, 2 finals in the last 5 years against them. I'm telling you now, chuck them all in there. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG. All these guys will not want to go to St. James's. They will not. And I don't know, we might see some big names absolutely bottle it up there. And I hope they do because I want them to run. I'm almost a Newcastle fan when I say this, but I want them to underestimate you because
which they will,
absolutely, flawed up there. Let's talk about last season's games. We were at the game together last season at Anfield when it trickled well into added time, and then of course there was that incident at St. James's. Nick Pope gets sent off.
Always drama.
Yeah, I mean, you only lost about 4 or 5 games last season, right? And Liverpool beat you twice. So there seems to be this, I guess, a little bit of a jinx for Newcastle over Liverpool. What do you think Newcastle have to do on Sunday to come and beat Liverpool? Bearing in mind, big boost for us having Alexis McAllister back in that midfield rescinded, which shows that the refs are helmets. But anyway, how are you going to beat us?
I wasn't happy when that Sky Sports notification popped up on my phone, mind. McAllister called overturned. I was like, bastard. But to be fair, when you go to these games, we did it at City. Oh, there's no De Bruyne, so we've got a great chance today. I don't think it really matters in the end. I mean, you still have to turn up. So for this game on Sunday, we have to not show you too much respect because I think Newcastle are palpable of doing that. I think we did it at the Etihad. I think we did it in the Carabao Cup final. We've got to overcome this hurdle of these big players, these big names, the big badge on the Liverpool shirt. You've got to get over it, and we've got to go for it. I think we've got to treat it exactly like Aston Villa. Intensity from the off, velocity, get in your face, grab the first goal.
And who's going to score that first goal? Because at the minute, it seems like everyone can score for Newcastle, from defenders right up to strikers. I mean, Isaac had his debut at Anfield last season. Unbelievable. I think he should have had 2. I think one was offside just.
Yeah.
But who starts? Because it seems like you can just bring on, Isaac and and Almiron are tired. Let's bring on Harvey Barnes and Wilson. That the depth that Newcastle have got now is unreal. So who is going to be starting, I guess?
I think when you asked who's going to score first, I think Bruno Guimaraes has got a bit of a point to prove this weekend. I don't know if you saw a huge NUFC account on Twitter with like over 100,000 followers that Bruno actually followed. Now he's unfollowed because they put out a bit of a criticism about it. They said like, oh, is it time to start questioning like Bruno and other people's form and stuff with the second game of the season when you've only been beaten 1-0 at the treble winners? Like mental. So Bruno fired back. He said, "You've got short memories. Are you for real? Are you being serious? This is the Champions League we're in now." And he's deleted it. They've deleted it. But I think he has been off, mind. Bruno, he hasn't been at his best, but it's the second game of the season. He's had little niggles. There's rumours that he had a surgery in the summer. He's been playing for Brazil as well. So give him a bit of time. We're still in August. Let's settle down. And I think he's going to be railed up from that. Hopefully he gets a goal. Obviously, Tonali was sensational on his home debut against Villa. And then you've mentioned the depth now, which is something Newcastle have never had in my lifetime. Honestly, like always growing up, the first 11 was decent, but the bench was shite, and then everything was shite for the past few years. But now they're strong. We've got Willock to come back from injury to go in that midfield. Had a great season last year. We've signed Lewis Hall now, who can compete with left back with Dan Burn, Trippier and Livramento at right back. There's options everywhere now. There really is. Gordon, Barnes, Almiron, Murphy's been on fire. It's exciting times, mate. So I'm really buzzing for Sunday.
Can't wait for this one. I'll give you a lineup prediction that I feel like Liverpool going to go with. Again, let us know in the comments what you believe to this one. It has to be Alisson in goal. Still, in my opinion, the best goalkeeper in the world in terms of them one-on-one moments where your heart's in your mouth. 9 times out of 10, he will save them one-on-ones. I think he saved a really good one from Almiron early last year in this game.
Yeah.
Which again could have changed the game around because we won it 2-0. But it will be Trent, it will be Konate, it will be Virgil, the captain, the skipper, and it will be Robbo. Now the midfield is where it gets interesting because does Endo start or do we chuck in a Thiago Alcantara who is back now? Also, Stefan Bajcetic is also back. He had a great game in this game last year. I remember that turn on the swivel, set up Gakpo for the second goal.
Yeah,
so I can't really pick, man. It's definitely Szoboszlai and McAllister. And by the way, Szoboszlai.
Didn't talk about him, mate. Didn't talk about him.
I'm buzzing for you to see him up close and personal on Sunday because he's a baller, bro.
We were linked with him for so long, weren't we? I don't know if you know that, but we were meant to be signing him the start of this summer, last January. It was always like our top target was, it's Maddison or Szoboszlai. We went against Maddison because it wasn't a necessarily position that we needed, but it was Szoboszlai or Tonali, and Eddie Howe wanted to be a bit more defensive, but obviously Szoboszlai was going to choose Liverpool anyways. He was given the option, let's be real. He would choose Liverpool over Newcastle, even with us being in Champions League, everything Liverpool's got going on. Klopp's meant to be his hero and all that, wasn't it?
Yeah, he loves Klopp.
And he is an absolute baller, mate, and I'm devastated he got him. Thankfully, I put him in my fantasy team because I knew how good he was, and he's been doing bits for it, and I guarantee he will score this weekend.
Really?
Put everything you've got, at least £50 on Szoboszlai to score this weekend, at least.
Have we got a betting sponsor or no?
Soon, hopefully, yeah. Well, not reveal it yet. You deserve one, mate. Reach out to them. But this is £50 now. I'm telling you, Szoboszlai is definitely going to score on Sunday. Honestly, it's bound. It always happens. I had the bet on for Diaby. Diaby first game of the season. Newcastle been with him for 3 years. We didn't sign him. Diaby scores a volley on his debut.
Goal
had 20 quid on it, mate. 210 quid back. Dash.
Happy days, man. Well, yeah. Obviously, gamble responsibly. When the fun stops, do stop. But Matty Renton going for a Szoboszlai goal. We love to see it. In midfield with him, I'll whack in Ali McAllister because what a footballer. Disgraceful decision from the refs to send him off. I'm glad it was overturned, but surely we shouldn't be clapping that decision. We should be saying, well, you got it wrong in the first place, you bunch of helmets. But anyway.
It used to get worse every year, mate. Every match of the day and Super Sunday, everything you watch.
It's all we talk about. And I'm sick to death for talking about it.
It's just mad how it's getting worse.
Yeah. So in the midfield, them two. But then the question is it Endo? Is it Thiago? Is it Bajcetic? I assume it might be Endo. And then you bring on a Thiago. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Endo gets on. Nice little cameo he made right in the lines then. Coming on 10 minutes, 20 minutes to go, 10 men down, unreal. And then up front, this is another headache because this man deserves to start every game. Buenos dias, Luchito. He deserves to start every game. Been unbelievable in the last game. Great finish. 2-2 for him. So we'll go Luis Diaz, I think, up front. Me personally, I'd go Darwin Nunez. Scored last season. Scored last season in this game. Great finish. I would go for him. I know Gakpo also had a good game. And then Salah. So I'm actually going Nunez over Salah, over Gakpo or Jota. And then again, on the bench, pretty stacked, bro. You've got Thiago, Jota, Gakpo, Tsimikas, Bajcetic, Ben Doak likes a little cameo, Matip, all these guys on the bench. So that's what I'm going for. Matty's going to do his lineup prediction on his watch along, on his match preview. So we'll do that after. Make sure you go and watch that. Score predictions, Matty. It's that time. It's crunch time. What's the score going to be? Sunday 4:30 at St. James's.
Let's see this one with chest, mate. I'm going 3-1 win. Yeah, 3-1 home win. Going for it, mate. I think we're going to come out flying out the blocks. I think it might be 1.5 times, something like that. And then we're going to kill the game off. You're going to see Barnes come off the bench. Imagine if Gordon scored, eh?
Oh, that's what I'm actually. Do you know what? I had a thought about that last night. I woke up in a panicky sweat, thinking that Evertonian cannot score against us. You know,
yeah, he scored about 1 goal for us so far, mate. So it'll be nice. It'll be typical. But yeah, mate, maybe am I still riding the high of the Villa 5-1? I just think 3-1. I think we're going to bounce back.
I think no matter who you play at home, I think you've got every right to say you're going to win the game. And I know that sounds weird saying that we've won the last 2, but even City, Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United, Arsenal, I think you're well within your right to go and back your team in a home game at St. James's. I'm not going to have a go at you for that. Unfortunately for you, I've also gone for 3-1, but the other way around.
Tasty.
Actually, no. 2-1. Yeah. Liverpool 2-1 winners on the day, which would, again, give us a decent start to the season. 7 points out of 9, I'd take it. I guess both teams need the win now. It's not like, we can afford to drop 3 points this early on in the season. So we've both got big aims, big ambitions. You got to get them 3 points every week, really. So, yeah, I'm not mad at you for that. Let us know what you think the score is going to be in the comments. This is one of those Premier League classic games. You can take it way back to the early 90s, all the way up until now. There's been some... Did I hear rightly? There's been more goals in this fixture than any other fixture in the Prem.
That's right, mate. In history,
unbelievable, bro.
High scoring fixture,
That's unbelievable. So we're getting goals. We're getting drama. We're getting fire. We're getting all the good stuff that you could expect from a Premier League encounter like this. Looking forward to it, brother. Any last words before we jump on your channel?
Nah, mate. Just everyone enjoy the game. Safe trip up to Newcastle if you're going. Head over to the Magpie channel and watch the next preview.
I've got to say, I was in Liverpool a couple of weeks ago. I told Matty this, and I seen a bloke walking around, not with that top on, the new one, with Champions League badge on. I said, "Oh, you Newcastle fan?" He went, "Obviously, mate." I was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, I'm working, son." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, we're playing you in a few weeks." He went, "We?" And I went, yeah. He's like, "Who do you support?" I was like, "Liverpool." He went, "You don't support Liverpool." I was like, "Cheers, mate." You should
have put the accent on, mate, and he would have been all over.
Yeah. Should have got him with that one. But no, really looking forward to this one. Go and follow Matty Renton. Just generally great content creator. One of my best mates in the scene. Done loads of work with him. Hoping to do loads more. So make sure you go and follow up the good man. Right, he's going for a Newcastle win. I'm going for a Liverpool win. We'll see what happens, shall we? Let us know what you think in the comments. Take care. All the best.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.